How's it going, guys? Fan52 here. Today we're playing Ark. We are going to show you how to PvP build. Let's see if I can get that away. Today we're going to PvP build on Ark Survival Evolved. We're going to make your base hopefully unraidable if done correctly. Now, unfortunately, I didn't record when I was doing this, but I will show you how to do this in a little bit. But as you can see, I have basically get that sun out of there. I have a big old plot of land over here. And you could do this in any size, shape, or form that you want. I'm on a solo player or single player server, so I'm just kind of going all out here. And as you can probably see in my hotbar, I have a lot of walls. So I'm going to quickly place just the basic outwards of my base, and I will be right back. Alright, we are back, and as you can see, I have just basic one layer, one high wall going around my base. Don't really need to worry about little gaps like this. You're probably wondering why there are little gaps like that, and here, let me show you. First off, we're not just placing the wall normally. No, because we're trying to build a epic PvP base. Instead, we're building it with the walls facing inward. And let me show you why we are doing that. So once we build our first layer of walls out, with them facing inward, this is going to annoy me, isn't it? Yeah. You could see that you can place a ceiling on the inside. And once you place that ceiling in there, you could select another wall, make sure it's facing inward, and place a wall right there. Now, that's cool and all, but on these corners, I got something even better for you. On the corners, you're going to want to put another one right there, take another wall, flip it around, place it right there. Now, it could be that I'm able to do this because of my server settings. I'm not sure how it's going to be on an official server for you guys, but I know that on this particular server I have it set up so that the clipping is a little bit more lenient. I mean, I'm just on my Xbox, so it's not really all that, not all that much that I could do. It's not like I'm a PC player and I'm able to mod and change the whole eccentricities of this game. But yeah, if you are on official and it doesn't let you clip into other structures like this, what you're going to want to do is on the corners, go ahead and build out about 13, 14, maybe 15 walls on one side of the corner, and then on the other, you're not going to be able, here, it would probably be better if I showed you right over here. Yeah, like build out like 14 or 15 walls out here, and it's going to get you to about right to the edge of this little thing right here. And then the next wall is where you're going to stack them again. And you're not going to be able to walk through that little tiny area. So if someone were to break down and get through the single layer wall, they're not really going to be able to do anything. They would have to break down that single layer wall and then however many stacks you put over here. But because I am on this private server, I'm going to put walls on both sides, and gonna have a little fun with that. The max that I know of that you could do is you could do 20 that way and 20 that way for a total of 40 in a single foundation block. And that right there is a little crazy and highly unrateable. But I'm just going to continue doing this right now, and I will see you shortly. Alright, and now that we have our entire, here, let me do this for a second. Now that we have our entire base with stacks of 5 walls, yeah, that's quarter, corners are kind of impossible to get through. Yeah, now that we have the entire place with 5 walls, I'm going to show you how to get these doors in and how to open and close them properly. And back here, for official servers or dedicated servers that don't have the clipping thing enabled, I put 15 walls right there. As you can see, it goes about halfway through that, and I cannot, no matter what I try to do, walk through it. So it's basically the same as having the 5-layer walls right there. Sorry about that sun glare. Alright. Yeah, we have 5-layer walls all the way through. Now I'm going to turn walk back on. And do my best to get rid of that. Alright. So, these doors can be a little tricky. I don't know why it is, but they just are. So go ahead and try to place your first door. Make sure it's on the outer door frame. Go ahead and set it down, and then remember to open it. Here, let me show you what happens if you don't have it open. Oh, hey, I guess they fixed that too. That might be the thing. The clip thing. But yeah, on every other server that I've played with, I needed to have that door open in order to place the next door. And yeah, so that is how you place the doors. And now closing them can be a little annoying. What I like to do, I like to stare at the innermost little block on the bottom of the doors, and then just press Y from there. And you should be able to close all of the doors, absolutely no problem. And then from the inside, just go ahead and stare at the second to the last door handle. And there you go. Not the quickest thing if you're under attack. Eventually we are going to have a pin code right there and on the outside so that you can easily make it in and out without having to deal with the door. Alright, and then now the next thing I'm going to do, actually, you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, something that a few people might be a little annoyed by is this gap right here in all of the corners. And also, if you're out here looking through, you could actually tell that it's not just one wall there. And if that bugs you, which, I mean, I understand if it does, just go ahead and demolish the outer wall, and then you can place a regular wall there. And as you can see, you can no longer see all of the walls. Go ahead and do that right here as well. Now it just looks like a regular wall. You can go ahead and run that all the way down if that little gap annoys you as well. Then I'll do it over on this corner over here just to show you that it does close up that seam. Let's go ahead and demolish this. Place that there. Demolish this. Place that. That's a byproduct of the triple stack foundations right there. Go ahead and place that right there, and as you can see, it seals up that little gap, and you still have all the walls that you just worked so hard to put up. And the same is true over here. Alright, and now that we have done that, I'm going to honeycomb and barrier or buffer zone the interior right here, and I might as well just clear out the or close up the gaps on all of those corners as well. And I'll be back once I do that. Alright, and now that we have all of the outer walls covered up, all of the interior gaps closed in, I have laid some fence foundations right here. I need to go get 2 more fence foundations. Yeah, I've placed all the fence foundations as you saw. I placed some pillars to make it so no one can get any land dinos in here. I'm assuming that you're not going to be up on a flyers only perch. Alright, now to place these walls right here, or these foundations right here, what you're going to have to do, you see the rivets right there on both foundations? What you're going to have to do, you're going to have to place your foundation right on the edge of the rivet. You can place it right there, or at least that's one of the snap points. Don't place it there, because if you place it there, the reason for the fence foundations isn't going to work. But if you go ahead and press your back button, you'll get a couple different snap points. For some reason, it's not going right there. Okay. And of course, Ark is finicky when it comes to building, so I'm going to have to go get another one. You know what? Let's get 5 just in case something weird happens again. I doubt it will. Alright. Yeah, go ahead and place that foundation on the rivets. And yeah, these pillars right here are going to make it so A, no landowners are going to be able to come in here, and B, assuming someone is able to bust through your outer wall, they're not going to be able to move around at all. So their only option is going to be to either blow inward or cease and desist. And to make it so they have a hard time breaking inward, that's what these foundations are for. What you're going to want to do with the foundations, go ahead and put your wall, make sure you have it on the outermost snap point. Place your wall. Now grab another wall, and this is going to be a little bit lower. I do have the 3 foundations, so that's going to be a little difficult. But as you can see, you have multiple snap points. Go ahead and make sure it is on the highest point. Let's see if I can do it. There we go. Alright, now once you have those two, go ahead and grab another wall. Now you could place another wall all the way over here. Again, making sure it's on the highest snap point. There we go. And now we can place one more wall right there. Alright, so now, not only are they going to have to make it through the outer 5 walls right there, they're also going to have to deal with a pillar if they want to bring a dino in. And they're also going to have to deal with 4 interior walls. And it's going to be like that throughout this entire area. Now, like I said before, I'm not expecting you guys to have such a big area as mine. I am on a single player server. I have time to do it. I could spawn in resources. Unless you literally are the alpha on your server, I suggest going a little bit smaller. Honestly, a 3x5 or a 5x5 will be more than enough, and won't be such a drain on your resources. And before I go, I am going to show you guys how to do this triple layer foundation right here, because that is a pretty big part of this. It makes it so they have to blow through 3 foundations if they want to bypass your walls, which once they blow through the first couple walls, they're going to want to bypass them. Alright, but anyway, in order to do that, I'm going to go down here. Let's go all the way down here. Let's go in for a little walk. Alright, now in order to lower your foundation, go ahead and place your first foundation in the middle of where you want to be. Alright, being in the middle is kind of important. I mean, you can be off to the side, but I found that being in the middle is just the easiest. And then once you place that foundation, go ahead and place your pillar. And I definitely suggest doing this in wood or stone. Definitely not metal. Like, I don't know if it will work with thatch, but you want to use the least resource heavy material first, and then you could come through later once you have everything set up in your metal and make it so everything works out smoothly. Alright, but once you have your foundation down and then your pillar down, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to grab your second foundation, put it there, go ahead and cycle through the snap points, and you'll see that you have a lower snap point. Go ahead and place it on the lower snap point. Then grab your other pillar, and you see how they're on the same height right there. Go ahead and cycle through the snap points till that is on the lower level as well. Get your foundation, and there you go. You have a third lower snap point. And then from here, you can build up. On sometimes you can actually make it down to that bottom one. I found that most of the time you cannot, but that's no problem, because since we have the higher level over here, we can just build off a little bit and then destroy these two, the pillar and the foundation. Go ahead and leave that foundation right there for now. You can get rid of the pillar if you want, but now that we have that, go ahead and cycle through till you're on the slower snap point again. And then now you can place that middle one, and now you can place a higher one. It is important that you place a higher one because, like before, I guess you can. Yeah. As you can see, I'm having a little bit of difficulties with that, so I'm just going to destroy this. Start here. Oh, get out of my way, Dodo. Get out of here. Thank you. But now that I have all three of these set up, I'm just going to start from the bottom, go to the middle, and go to the top. And yeah, that is how you triple layer foundations. Alright guys, and thank you for joining me today. Hope I started out showing you some good PvP building. I'll be back a little later to show you what we're going to do to defend our base, and how we're going to make it even harder to raid. Alright, thank you guys, and until next time, have a great day. And this is Famine52 signing out.